There's an amazing sale going on in the Nintendo eShop right now, but it ends in just a few days. So this is the video to get you guys going in case you haven't seen any of these games or want to pick up a game. It's kind of your last chance to get these amazing games. So yeah.
Yeah, we were cruising the eShop and thought, oh, there's some really good deals. We should do a video on this. But then we looked and everything is ending. It basically ends on Halloween. Basically, if you're going trick-or-treating and you come back home, like that is your last chance to get these games on sale. I think we have one game that goes a little bit longer, but otherwise everything else ends at October 31st at night. But the good news is, if you're watching this video later and you say, oh, it's November 1st, I missed these, I'm despondent. The good news is these games are frequently on sale, so you might need to wait a couple weeks or a little bit, or sometimes like one sale ends and they just start another one.
That's true.
So I wouldn't feel too bad because you're probably going to be able to get this deal again at some point.
Right. And these are some really big games. Like these are not some
Switch 2 games.
Little game. Yeah, these are a lot of Switch 2 games, which is kind of exciting. So let's start with, gosh, one of your favorite games of all time was a Switch 2 launch game.
Amazing.
Cyberpunk 2077, the Ultimate Edition, somehow already is on sale for $40, which is an incredible deal.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Oh my god.
It's almost half off. We have 10 games. We're starting with Cyberpunk 2077. This is the Switch 2 version. Like you said, this was a launch game. This is truly one of the showpieces for the Switch 2 hardware. Even now, it's incredible how they shrunk this game down. We played it on PS5. We played it again on the Switch 2 and said, I don't need this PS5 version anymore.
I know.
Because the Switch 2 version is that good. It's one of my favorite games of the last 10 years. I think this is absolute must play. Forget about if you heard like, oh, I heard that game was garbage when it came out 5 years ago. They've completely fixed it. They've added, this has the DLC.
Yes.
You have to get this.
I was going to say the best part, honestly, for this is that it includes the Phantom Liberty DLC, which I think, and this might be a controversial thought, but I actually I like the DLC like a little bit more than the base game. The DLC is so incredible. And I recently played that when the Switch 2 came out. This is one of the games I replayed. And yeah, I can't say more wonderful things about this incredible game. You're right, it's just a showpiece for the hardware. It runs amazing on the Switch 2. And yeah, $40. You get the base game and the DLC. What a steal.
Yes. Next game is No Man's Sky, the Switch 2 edition, which is down from $60 to $24. So it's more than half off. I have this. I'll be honest, I have not played a ton of it just because we have so many games, but I did buy it when it was on sale. This is frequently on sale. I was really impressed with it. This is a game that has changed a lot over the years, continues to grow, continues to evolve, and it was on the original Nintendo Switch, but that version, like they were kind of pushing their luck. Like it is so nice for them to finally be on more powerful hardware. This game is amazing. Like you can really like go anywhere, do anything, fly through the atmosphere out of one planet into space, fly all the way to another. Like if you really want that experience of being like on the nitty gritty of a space adventure, like this game is so good for that. And it's a really good game to play handheld too.
The other thing is that this game just has this like very interesting art style, and the atmosphere and the environments are so unique and different. And it really needs that like graphical upgrade to be able for you to be able to really enjoy that. And I think finally now with the Switch 2 version, you're able to do that. And there's tons of videos out there showcasing or comparing the Switch 1 and the Switch 2 versions of this game. So if you're still skeptical, definitely go check some of those out. Those exist, and you'll see for yourself that this is really beautiful and runs really, really well on the Switch 2.
Our next two games are actually from the same developer, and they are both bona fide cult classics.
Yes.
We're starting with Unicorn Overlord, and we're of course talking about Vanillaware, who makes just some very games that are built in a way that you don't typically see, but they have the signature beautiful graphics that, again, like there's nobody else who's doing visuals the same way Vanillaware does. I don't know how they do it. Unicorn Overlord is really one of the most unique games we have seen in the last couple years. It's sort of this, strategy RPG, but even the strategy is done in a way that is different from other games. It's telling you this big, sweeping fantasy tale. And it's one of those games that like you really need to experience to believe. So I'm really glad that this game is so accessible. It's less than half price. It's $24 down from $60. This is one of those games that like in the past it would be like, oh, I wanted to check it out, but to get a cartridge it cost me $100 now. It's like, no, this is actually one of the benefits of the eShop and having games digitally is like, yeah, pick it up for $20, no big deal.
Yeah, we actually have a gameplay video of us playing through the demo for this game, and it is just such a unique, experience. And we play a lot of strategy RPGs, and this was definitely one that even surprised us. So can't say enough good things about this. Definitely check it out. There is a demo for this game available too. So if you're again still skeptical and you have a couple of days, you want to check out the demo first before you pull the trigger on $24, like you can definitely do that too. So, but definitely don't miss out on this one because it's a really unique experience that you should check out.
Next game, again from Vanillaware. Every time we do these videos, it's mostly stuff that we have and we have played. But there's always like one game. It's like, I'm getting this. And this is the one list for me. Yeah. 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is a game that I have had people tapping me on the shoulder for years now. Like, yeah, you should probably check this out. And again, like the way that Vanillaware makes games and the types of games that they make, like there's really nothing like it. So this is kind of combining this sort of, persona-esque social aspect of the game where you're making friends, you might be having relationships in this sort of school setting. But then there's also this bigger, more fantastical setting where on a very like large scale, you're doing battle with these forces that look to destroy the world.
Yes. Always a big sort of adventure, but kind of the best part is the relationships and the very realistic presentation of like what is it like to be a high school student in one of these games. And it's 75% off, which is crazy. It's $15
down from $60. I'm getting this because again, people have been saying you should play this, but it's kind of hard just from a description to be like, I don't know if I get it. And it's just like a bro trust me kind of thing. It's like, well, at $15 I can trust you.
Yeah, $15 is the dabble price for sure. So yes.
Excited to grab this finally after all those years.
Exactly.
Next, as far as like getting a lot of game for your dollar, this might be the best thing on this list. I'm talking about the Diablo Primeval Collection. And at first, I was looking at the artwork they have. It's Diablo 2, the Diablo 2 Resurrected, sort of the remake of Diablo 2. But then I looked at the fine print of what is included.
It's a lot of Diablo.
And this is, again, $60 down to $20. So you get Diablo 3, Diablo 2, and then 2 of the big Diablo 3 DLC packs that they did. So that's a lot of game to get for $20.
Yes.
You can pick and choose. Like, do you like Diablo 2? Do you like Diablo 3? I like them both. I love Diablo 2. I really like Diablo 3. So, you're getting it all here. So you don't have to pick or choose. But these games are so good. They're so replayable. Great multiplayer games. You should play these games.
Yeah, we're like OG Diablo fans. Like we used to play this legit at like a LAN party on our PCs. And we were working at Nintendo when this game was finally brought over to Switch. And it was just like the most amazing thing to have something that, you grew up with that you never thought would come to a handheld. And we spent so much time playing multiplayer together. We played we played all of them, but we definitely loved 2, and we played a lot of 3. I actually may have missed some of the DLC for the Mephisto's pet, so I may want to get that because that's kind of exciting. A reason to go back.
Well, that's the other thing that's true is like these are originally PC games, but they play surprisingly well.
They really
on
do.
A console.
Yeah,
like they just solve that. Like don't worry about the translations. Like it just.
I was pretty skeptical because as an OG Diablo player, I was very used to like my keyboard and my mouse, and I was really surprised how well it translated with console controls. So yes, definitely don't have to worry about that. And these are some of my favorite games, so don't miss out.
Next game is one that I know you love. It's Melatonin, and it's down from $15 to $9.
Yeah, this is like an indie hidden gem, but I've talked about this game before. I absolutely love this game, and you guys know me. I'm a sucker for rhythm games, and there's honestly just not that many rhythm games out there. And if you are craving like a rhythm heaven type of experience, Melatonin is a game that you should definitely check out. The music is incredible. It's definitely like a more chill version of Rhythm Heaven. Like it does kind of have this like dreamy sleepy quality, but the art style, the music, the gameplay itself is just all like the whole package is so well done. And yeah, it kind of won a bunch of indie game awards and was a big kind of sleeper indie hit. But if you missed out and you love rhythm games, definitely don't sleep on this one.
Next game is one that I really love and actually has one of my favorite soundtracks in recent memory.
Yes.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, complete edition. It's only $5. Wow, it's down from $15. And if you don't know what Scott Pilgrim is, it started as a comic book, it became a movie, then there was a Netflix show, and of course there is a game, and the whole IP is very rooted in games culture, so it's a perfect fit for that. This is a beat 'em up, and it's a really solid beat 'em up at that. Like the team that has worked on this has gone on to work on a lot of other really solid beat 'em ups. So just on that facet of it alone, it's a really great game. But the soundtrack is so good. It's by Anamanaguchi, who, and we
Yes.
actually did when we were at Nintendo, we did a Nintendo Minute video playing this with Anamanaguchi, which we should go and watch. Oh, wait, you
Oh,
can't.
you can't.
But they're a really cool bunch of
They're
guys
like
who
an
love
actual band,
games,
yeah.
who do these chiptune songs. This sound, I cannot express how great this soundtrack is. Like, listen
Yeah.
to some of the songs like on YouTube, and then like that might make you decide like I'm getting that and the game for $5. Like that's a steal.
Right. Yeah, yeah, and it's a great multiplayer game as well. So
Yes.
you can have this really fun like beat 'em up adventure with all the classic Scott Pilgrim characters, which are all so unique and so fun. You'll if you never like experienced this universe before, I think this is a good entry point as well. And then you can definitely go and check out the music, like you were saying, and watch all the Netflix shows. The new Netflix show, the animated one, is excellent, like so good. And of course, we were there before it was like huge, and we read all the comics as well. So
Yeah, maybe this will
fully immersed.
start you down the rabbit hole of Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim, which is something we've been into for a long time.
For like years now.
I
Yeah,
know.
totally.
So we're getting into the home stretch. We have 3 games to go. Next is a game that has spawned a lot of imitators, but there's still really nothing like the original, the Hotline Miami
Yes.
collection, which is only $5, down from $25. That's 80% off. My gosh. And like I was saying, there's really nothing like this. So this is a top-down game that you might just say like, oh, that's an action game. Like you're top down, you're fighting these guys, you're shooting these guys, but it's so thoughtful, like the way you have to plan what you are doing going from room to room, because you really can't take more than a hit
Right.
in this game. So it's like, what am I doing that's going to get me through all of these encounters in one piece? And it's also one of those games where, like, if you don't do it and you die, it's like, boom, you're starting right
Immediately
over.
you can start over.
So it's
yeah.
really addictive to just be, no, I'm going to get this. I'm going to do this run again. I'm going to do this slightly different, and I'm going to nail it. But it's also got this really unique aesthetic. It's so gritty and grimy and just nasty. There's nothing like it.
There's some artistry to this for sure. This neon, like, I love the look of the game. And yeah, surprisingly, there's a lot of strategy in this game, more than you would think for sort of a top-down adventure or action adventure game. So yes, it's quite a bit more strategy than what you might realize.
Yes.
All right.
Next,
2 more.
We got 2 more to go. Next is a game that I played originally on the PS5 and loved, and I know the Switch version is really solid. I'm talking about Maneater.
You see a shark and you were like, I'm definitely playing this game.
It's $8 down from $40. There's not enough good shark games. Like they've done some Jaws games and I've played all of those. It's like, it's okay. This is probably my favorite shark game, where you are this rogue shark. It takes place in like, I think it's like around like a fictional like New Orleans in the bayou.
Yeah. Yes.
And
it's so good.
Yes. And like there's parts where you're in the open sea, you're by the beach, and then you can go into the deep ocean and you're taking on like a sperm whale. It's like, oh
the
my
whales
gosh.
are terrifying. The orcas.
Yes.
Yeah.
they
Very
really
aggressive.
have thought through like all the kind of encounters, and then there's just some crazy stuff where you're like jumping onto the beach and you're eating people, which is just like insanely ridiculous.
Or
And
you like eat like half of the boat or something like that.
yes,
Yeah, it's so
yes.
fun.
Right. They do give you like some good story motivation to like go after this fisherman who like caught
Hmm.
you when you were a baby shark and like left you
Yeah,
for
and like
dead. And it's like, no,
scarred you.
yeah, it's like, no, I'm gonna get this guy because he's
Yeah,
a
then you're
jerk.
mad at him. Yeah.
Really good kind of like RPG progression of like leveling up and building out your shark. Like this game, I feel like this game doesn't get enough praise for what it is of just being like this really fun sort of power fantasy, but I of course love it.
Yes, yes, of course. Sharks. You're in.
Sharks are cool. Last game, we've reached the end. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Is Catherine Full Body. And I don't know how many people are familiar with this game. This is another kind of under the surface cult classic. This was in sort of the PS3, Xbox 360 generation, but it's kind of got this interesting duality to it where there's this very in depth, but also very like saucy, mature storyline where there's this guy who's got this girlfriend, but he's also very tempted by this other girl, and
He
he's
has
kind of got
relationship commitment phobia.
he does, and he's kind of got to decide like, well, what am I gonna do here? So there's kind of this like love triangle situation going on with this guy who honestly I'm not sure what the appeal of this guy is,
No,
but
he's kind of a doofus. So
maybe
I don't
play
know
the game
what.
and you'll find out.
Yeah, I guess maybe he's got like a charming doofus. But
Right.
these very beautiful women are like all over this guy.
Right.
Like, what's
And
going
then
on?
there's the gameplay portion of it, which is really unusual and really unexpected, where you're kind of climbing
Like a tower.
these tower like
Yeah.
structures, which is like, how did they ever think to connect one with the other? But it
Right.
just kind
Kinda
of
works.
works. And like it is a very like mature, provocative story, which you might be looking for. You know, maybe you need a game that has that. But then like actually playing it is very fun too. So this is $10 down from $50. That's a great deal.
Yeah, this is one of those another one of those games which has a very beautiful presentation as well. Like the art style is
Yes.
really cool. It's very expressive. I'm a sucker for any kind of like relationship game, as you all know. So I'm into the relationship part of it, and it's just funny. It's like this guy is like in his underwear, and he's just like a funny doofus. And yeah, it is quite mature, but there is some very comedic parts to it as well.
So those are the games, and again, all of these except for No Man's Sky end on the 31st. Again, when you come back from trick or treating, check the eShop one last
Yes.
time and pick up this stuff. But yeah, this is one of the better sales that we found, and we're just keep checking out the eShop and keep finding these great deals. So
I know.
got to get in the habit of taking a look at what's out there.
We will always be here to tell you guys if there's something good in the eShop. So you can rely on us. Anyhow, hope you guys will check out some of these great games that are on sale. If you haven't picked some of these up yet and been waiting for them to go on sale, definitely check them out. They're all bona fide, amazing games that you should play. We are going to wrap this video up and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.